Welcome back to Flatirons Tuning. We get a lot of questions about timing kits. We carry a number of them. There's a lot of different options out there. And a lot of you want to know, well, what is the best for my application? What's the difference between these? And so we brought out all of the timing kits that we carry. We've got Aisin, IAG, Roger Clark. And we wanted to make a video that goes through all the differences between these to give you some good criteria to pick the one that's best for you. Before we dive into it, I want to say, thanks very much for watching our videos. And if you like the content that we're putting out, please do like and subscribe to the channel. That helps us out a ton. If you've got any questions, you're always welcome to reach out to us through live chat on our website. But we also have a Discord channel now. There's going to be a link in the description. So if you've got any more questions and you want to reach out, that's another great place to tap into the Flatirons Tuning community, get some good information, meet some cool people. So without any further ado, let's dive into each one of these kits individually. We'll walk through the pros and the cons of each one, and hopefully that'll give you some good information to help you pick the right kit for your car. All right, so let's start with Aisin. When you're looking for a timing kit, generally, OEM is always an option. Very good quality components is what your car came with from the factory, but it's a little bit on the expensive side. So what we're looking for oftentimes is a timing kit that's a good value, but offers as good a quality as OEM or as close to quality as OEM as possible. And Aisin fits that bill. Aisin is an OEM manufacturer for a lot of car companies, including Subaru, and they're using all Japanese components. So we've got Koyo, NSK, bearings, NTN tensioner, NTN small idler. Basically, they're buying the components exactly from the manufacturers that Subaru is. They just come in a Koyo or an NSK box instead of a Subaru box. It is an Aisin timing belt, which again, it's an Aisin belt, but they're an OEM manufacturer for a lot of these things, so that's not a bad thing. And an Aisin water pump. Where we like this kit is it's a good value. It is, I would say, OEM equivalent quality for everything. And it's a one-stop shop. So they've got Aisin has timing kits for all the turbo cars that have oil coolers, the cars that don't have oil coolers, naturally aspirated cars. We've had very good luck with these kits, and so this is a good option. Where we like it the most is for stock cars, daily driven cars, lightly modified cars. If the cars are more heavily modified, then that's where we kind of like the more reinforced belts and that sort of thing. But for a stock car, or again, a car that's just daily driven, I think this is a great value, and it gives you everything that you need, short of an oil pump should you decide to replace that when you're doing timing. It's a good kit, it's good value, and it's using really good components. So now we have IAG. IAG has recently come out with a few different timing belt kit options of their own. They're also using very high quality OEM equivalent components in their kits. They're using basically the same idler pulleys, collet idlers, OEM tensioner, but they came out with their own belt. It's basically an upgraded quality equivalent to the reinforced belts that we're familiar with, Gates, HKS, Tomei. That's an upgrade from the factory belt though. They give you one of their timing belt guides, which is a nice feature for sure. The one interesting detail that we noticed with the IAG kit is they're using the single bearing smooth idlers. Still a very high quality bearing. One of the things we really like about the IAG kits is they have a kit where they have eccentric idlers where if you need to precisely set the timing because you've decked your block and your heads and such, and your timing marks on your cam pulleys are not exactly lining up. They have eccentric pulleys that allow you to do that, and they have a timing kit that includes those pulleys. So you can buy a kit that has the eccentric pulleys in it versus the standard pulleys, which is a really nice feature. Or they have a timing belt kit with their high grip tensioner as well. So if you're making a lot of power and you need something that's a little bit more robust than the standard Subaru tensioner, they have their high grip tensioner, and you can buy the kit with that too. All of the IAG kits are basically a step up from the OEM components, so definitely good for a modified car, 350 horsepower and above, car that is seeing a lot of track use, that sort of thing. They do not include a water pump, and so then that also allows you to pair the water pump of your choice, so Subaru OEM or something else when you're doing the timing belt job. But really good kits, a lot of good options, and that's why we like the IAG kits. And that brings us to Roger Clark Motorsports. Roger Clark Motorsports has the most options for timing kits of any manufacturer that we carry. They have them because they deal a lot with the JDM cars going back to the early to mid 90s. They have timing kits for those early cars, current generation cars. The most variety for timing belts. They have Subaru OEM, HKS, Tomei, Cosworth, you name it. They have a timing belt kit with that belt. They have tons and tons of options, and they're modular, which is also nice. So we have their OEM kit. Again, it's OEM equivalent components, just direct from the manufacturer, not through Subaru. They're using the double bearing smooth idlers, which we like. I think that's a great feature. As a footnote, Roger Clark also has eccentric with idler pulleys to get you that cam adjustment, but also with dual bearings versus a single bearing, which is a nice feature. You can pair them with OEM water pumps, so that way they're modular, so they'll fit any turbo car that you have, whether or not you have an oil cooler or if you've deleted the factory oil cooler. Roger Clark also now has their own series black water pump. What we really like about it has the cast impeller that the early WRX had and the 22B had. Only available in the 3-port configuration, so this will only work with a car that does have the use of the factory oil cooler. Other neat options that they have is their billet thermostat housing, this is not just an anodized factory housing, this is their own CNC design thermostat cover. And as far as tensioners go, they have timing kits with all of these different belts available with their high grip tensioner as well. So they have many options to fit almost any need, from OEM with basically a Subaru timing belt to very heavily modified cars that are making high horsepower, high RPM, heavy track use. Something like this HKS high grip kit or the STI Keller belt with a high grip kit is a great option. We like these kits a lot, and they have so many options. More than likely, they've got a great one for your car as well. All right, so hopefully that gives you some good criteria to help you pick which one of these kits is going to be right for you. If you have any questions, you're always welcome to leave a comment below, reach out to us through live chat on our website, or reach out to our Discord community, and we'll do our best to help you out there. The one thing I wanted to mention here at the end is if you have a high RPM car, a car that sees a lot of track time, and you want one other option to upgrade your timing system as you're replacing it, wanted to mention the Roger Clark Alloy Cam pulleys. These are available for the single AVCS cars and the non-AVCS cars. Obviously, if you have an STI that's dual AVCS, all of your cam pulleys are metal, so this isn't an issue. But the factory composite cam pulleys, the potential failure point, we've seen some people like Duzix, who we sponsors, had a couple of failures of them. These alloy ones are much more durable and are going to help ensure you're never going to have that kind of a problem with your engine as well. So again, if you've got a higher power car, something that spends a lot more time at high RPM, aggressive cams, that sort of thing, something like this, these alloy gears are a really good option for you as well. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully this video has been helpful. And until next time, as always, stay tuned with Flatirons Tuning.